bit. Listen, I got to tell you, we've got just one heck of a computer coming up right now. As far, it's a lot of, in a lot of categories, I have to say it's the best of, the most of, this, that. It's just, it's got it all. It's from Acer. It's called the Aspire. It's a 17.3-inch HD LED, 8 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive laptop. Right off the bat, let me say that again. So it's 8 gigs of RAM, which is, I think, 4 times the amount Windows even says you need to have.
8 times the amount.
Is it 8? 8 times that you have to have. 4 times the recommended dosage, so to speak. 1 terabyte of RAM. That's 1,000 megabytes of RAM. It is everything. It's got top to bottom, everything you need. Let's put up what you get really quick before Aaron comes out and tells you everything about it. First of all, 17.3, that is over 1.5 feet of screen.
Yeah.
So if you are looking to have a real computer at your house for you and your family to share, what I like to call the kitchen table computer, right, that everybody can spin around and use, 17.3, that's over 1.5 feet of computer. All your adapters, all your cords. You get a huge bunch of software. The PC's Essentials Deluxe is included with this as well. It's on FlexPay. Now, first of all, it's $569.95. Yesterday I looked, it was $599. They dropped it another $30 down to this price. It is on 6 Flex. Normally we do 5 Flex. It's on 6 Flex right there for $94.99. The shipping and handling is free. This is also available on our VIP program, which means if you have an HSN credit card, instead of the 6 payments, we're going to stretch it out over 9 months for you. It makes it a much more affordable deal for you, and we'll work out all the numbers on that. I think, Paul, what is it, 66? 77.77, okay, 77.77 per month, and that's for a 9-month period. You get everything you could possibly want. My very good friend Aaron Berger is here. Aaron, I got to tell you, if you're looking for perhaps the last computer you're going to need for a very long time.
It's a great way to think of it.
This is it right here.
It's brand new this morning, so it's a computer that we have not had on air before until today. It is from a fantastic name. It's from Acer, and like Guy said at the very beginning, the best of the best in a lot of ways. Everything you want from the larger screen size. This is the 17.3-inch screen size. So it is the largest screen size we ever offer on a computer. And I've got to tell you what, this really becomes, you know, your desktop replacement. This becomes the computer that you go to every day. Now, I don't want you to think just because it's heavy that just because it's large that it's heavy. It is really lightweight. This is a thin and light computer. And when you look spec for spec, I actually didn't know the price until I walked out on air this morning. It's not the most important thing to me is what's in the computer. So I saw that it's the largest hard drive we've ever done. A terabyte hard drive, 1,000 gigabytes of memory on this computer, the largest we've done in HSN history. We've been around 38 years, so huge hard drive. I saw 8 gigabytes of RAM, the most RAM we've done. And I've got to tell you, if you don't have a great friend who's in computers, well, we are. That's why we're here. And RAM is something that so many sort of novice people overlook because it's a number that isn't always presented in as big a way as the others. The RAM on this computer allows you to multitask. You can see as I'm clicking through programs here, I've got probably, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 programs up at one time. This is the ultimate multitasking computer. So the most RAM we've ever done, the largest hard drive we've ever done, and most importantly, the lowest price we have done in this size, in this largest size computer with a very important upgrade. Intel Inside, not just Intel. This is an Intel Pentium processor. Gang, it's quad-core. So, let me sort of explain this for a minute to you face to face. When you get into computer processors, there's the world of computer processors, and then there's Intel. Intel stands above. They stand at the top. They're one of the top 10 most recognized brands in the world for across any category. Top 10 brand. Intel. So you got Intel. And then there's all of their different things. And Pentium is one of their top lines. So we know Intel, we know Pentium. Quad-core means there's 4 brains, there's 4 engines underneath the hood of this of the processor of this computer running right through it. So that means this computer in my hand, which weighs just a little bit over 6 pounds, largest screen size you could ever want, has the optical drive built in.
Yeah.
Okay. $400 of additional software, which I'll get to in just a minute, is 110% faster, more than twice as fast as your single core processor computer. So if you ever spend a minute waiting on your computer, you don't have to anymore. If you ever go, you know, you get into your email and then you want to do Facebook and then maybe you have your Viper antivirus running, we have that available. Protects 8 computers for the life of 8 computers. You pay for it one time. Viper antivirus will be at the bottom of your screen. You've got a lot going on in your computer, right? You need your computer to multitask. You need it to be, and you know, as much of a go mode as you are all the time, this is the computer to do that. I've got to tell you what, with this size, with these specs, whether it's for you, whether it's a gift, particularly, I think, Guy, this is the best time of year at HSN to buy computers because you have until January 31st if it's a gift, right?
Extended returns.
It's like a 3-month drive on your computer.
Not only that, but when we hold this, and Aaron and Aaron's probably seen it, but I have not seen it yet.
Beautiful.
It's wafer thin. It's so sleek and so cool and so impressive when you hold this. Look at the size of this. This is your high definition movie player right here. This is another TV, another HD TV to put in the house. And when you fold it up, look at how thin this is. So yet it still has a degree of portability. It's like a desktop you can take everywhere. But here's another thing, Aaron. I don't know if you looked up on that screen there, but if you look at our HSN price right there. $699.99.
Yeah.
Look at our
Big
price.
Difference.
It's $560. We dropped $130 off the price. It's free shipping, and I think the shipping is $13 or $14. So now you're at $144 off today. $144 off. Did we mention 8 gigs of RAM?
Yeah.
Did we mention 1 terabyte? Do we do a bigger hard drive than 1 terabyte?
This is the largest hard drive we do. This is the most RAM we do. This is the most so there's never more cores than 4.
Right.
Not a virtual quad core, not a enhanced dual core. This is a true quad core computer. Do you know that less than 1/3 of people in the country have a computer with the kind of processor you're going to have? So here's what I want to do. We have only a few minutes. This is sort of just a brief introductory airing. This is a brand new item. We have never had at this price any 17.3-inch quad-core processor, let alone one from Acer with an Intel quad-core processor inside, high-definition screen, the built-in CD-DVD drive. I'm going to go through, and that's a burner as well. You can burn your movies, you can burn your music. It's actually a multi-layer burner. It's incredibly fast. It's great for watching DVDs. You have HDMI ports, high-definition webcam, all of those things. And I'm going to go over those in just a minute. But before I do, so you have a chance, before we get too crazy, sort of busy, one of the things that we include with this computer that no one else in the world includes, you can pay a higher price for the computer, lots of places, no problem if you want to do that. We include over $400, $409 to be precise, of additional software. And I'd love to show you that now. I want to just walk through these programs because, again, there's not another place in the world. These are full version, non-expiring software programs, okay? Corel Office. Do you know that that is a fully compatible program with Microsoft Office? So if you want to do Word, Excel, PowerPoint style documents, you can do them in Corel Office. You don't have to go by Microsoft Word. We're Office, I should say. We're including a full non-expiring version of Corel Office. Corel Paint Shop as well. So great for editing your photos and those sort of things. Quicken Willmaker. Great time of year. As we go into the first of the year, just a couple months away now, we all sort of think about having everything in order, right? Quicken Willmaker will save you hundreds of dollars, to not go into a meeting with an attorney. It's just a great place to start. Serif Page Plus will actually create a website for you. Cinemobile Plus allows you to edit videos, and I've got to tell you, when you edit photos and videos on a computer this powerful, it is a pleasure because you're not waiting, because your computer processes everything so much faster. Quicken Legal Business Pro, Family Tree Heritage Platinum, File Center, Resume Maker. We should always have a current resume, at our disposal. It's a great thing. This walks you through the process. And then Website Creator. Again, when you put all of these together, you're talking about over $400 worth of software. So that means when you get your computer home, not only are you getting the latest in processors, the latest in RAM, the latest in hard drive, there is so much to do because we're including the latest in software too. If you have been thinking about a computer, if you've been thinking, do I want a desktop, do I want a laptop, what brand, I want to encourage you to get this home, try it out. If you're giving it as a gift, you have until, the end of January. It's not very often in the world of consumer electronics that you can get a computer home, a 17-inch quad-core, just top of the line, and really have almost 3 months to kind of give it a test spin, particularly when we have put in everything you've asked on this computer. So I'll do a quick sort of walk around, if I may. The CD-DVD drive that's built in, do you see that little optical piece right there? Man, these are expensive, and that's why less than half the computers in the United States today come with an optical drive. You've got your optical drive built-in CD-DVD player ready to go. I'm going to move around to the front. Look, There's a SD card reader, reads an SD card, an XD card, an MMC card. So there is your multi-in-one card reader. I'll talk about it in a minute, but you can store 1/3 photos. 320,000 photos go in the hard drive of this computer. Very quickly, a place for your earbuds. 2 USB 2.0 ports. This is a USB 3.0 port. Do you know this port? And you can tell that it's USB 3.0 because it has some blue on it. This port runs 10 times faster than your typical USB port. I just popped Viper in. If it would normally take 5 minutes to load, in this port it takes 30 seconds. Take tasks from
Super
5 minutes
speed.
to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll talk more about Viper in a sec. HDMI port, Ethernet port, and a power port. Guy, I'm sorry, I kind of went on and on there.
No.
This computer, it's absolutely loaded.
It's like when you show a luxury car, there are so many features you can't just skip over. You have to be like, that's why this is like that. But you know,
it's a good way to describe it. Like
versus a luxury car.
Yeah.
Not a luxury car price on this. And you know, who would have thought? Would you have ever thought? Go back 3, 4, 5 years that you could get so much for this price.
Absolutely not.
Normally you would think, okay, a computer like this is going to be $1,500, $1,800 bucks.
It was.
And they were. Prices have been able to come down. We've dropped our price even lower. There's never been a better opportunity. And I agree with Aaron. This time of year is a great time of year to get a brand new computer. The new year will come. You're going to want everything refreshed, everything new. And with all the software that comes, you'll be amazed at how much this applies to your life. Having Corel Office is fantastic. As we said, you can do all those same programs you can do for your productivity, for work, all that stuff. There's a will maker in here, Family Tree Heritage. There's legal information, legal advice on Quicken Legal Business Pro 2014. A website creator, all things that you can utilize if you are a small business owner. You need this, but this would be good even for the highest level executive, because when it comes to storage, when we talk about 8 gigs of RAM and a terabyte on the hard drive, it doesn't get any better than that. We don't have anything better. That's as big as it gets. I'm really surprised, and I'll be totally flat out honest with you. I saw that price yesterday, and I honestly thought it said $599 down to $569. It was $699 down to $569. So it's $130 less than it was when it originally came out. The shipping is another, what did we say, $14. So it's $144 off. And by the way, I was fed some bogus information earlier. We now have the correct flex pay. We have the correct VIP flex. What is it, Mr. Moore? If you want to spread this out over 9 months, we said $77 before. It's actually $63. So it's $14 less a month than we first said. Hey, listen, I put Paul on the spot like that. I think he did that in his head. That's how good he is. Just off a little bit, but in your favor, which is good. So if you want to break up the payments, spread them out over a 9-month period, you can do that. And if you have an HSN credit card, if it's your first time that you applied for it and you're approved, you're going to get $20 off, which means the $569 goes down to $549. So you'll get $150, right? $150 off your first purchase, which in this case would be a computer. It's the time of year to get one. This thing is loaded. You can do everything you want. One of my favorite things, too, is that if you're thinking about getting this for a guest room, which is also your office, what's nice about that is, don't forget, this is also a high-definition television that can, or a movie player that can play your movies. Obviously, you can watch your TV shows, too, and Netflix and all that stuff. But if you want to pop DVDs in here, in your spare room, people come over, they want to watch a Christmas movie, you can put it in there. Or if you're maybe not feeling well and you want to watch a movie on a big screen like this, you can do it.
Absolutely. You can do all of those things. A couple things that I want to show you. Computers have gotten... They've just made such a leap forward. I mean, obviously, we've had the PC around for 20-plus years at this time. If your computer is slow, if you wait on your computer, if you can't talk to your computer, if you can't ask your computer questions, it's time for a new computer. And you're saying, well, what does he mean, ask your computer questions? You can talk to this computer. You can go into Google Chrome. You can talk to the computer. It will answer your questions for you. I'll just give you an example. But one of the key things, if it didn't have this much RAM, if it didn't have this much hard drive, if it didn't have this kind of processor, these are features that would not happen very quickly. So, for example, you know, at Thanksgiving, I always think about the founding of the country. I'm actually reading a book about New York and the founding of the country right now. So, for example, okay, Google, pictures of George Washington. So it's running out to the web. So, like,
Washington.
there we go. There's pictures of George Washington. Your kids are doing, reports and those sort of things. How about you need, to do some math for you. You need a calculator, or you can't remember something from geometry. Or your kids can't. My point is, for anybody in any field, okay, Google, how do you find the area of a circle? There we go. So it brings up right there, area equals pi r squared, which is, hopefully something that you and I don't have to deal with every single day.
Who doesn't know that?
But, well, me, the wealth of the world's information.
Pumpkin pie right now, my man.
Man, how about like the pumpkin pecan mix?
You know what I'm making this year? I'll just send you the recipe. I'm doing a pumpkin cheesecake. Oh my God.
Delicious, right?
Man,
My sister makes a great one.
That's the pie. So, but we could look up cheesecakes.
Let's do this. How about this? Okay, Google. Recipes for cheesecake. So there we go. Easy cheesecake recipe. Pumpkin cheesecake recipe. Boom, 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 boom. Right there. Right there. Awesome. New York cheesecake recipe. Yeah. Whatever it is you want to do. One other thing, I'm constantly looking up directions and maps, and I want to know the current traffic and those sort of things. So how about, okay, Google, navigate from Tampa, Florida to Louisville, Kentucky. That's my home, so it's good. There we go.
13 hours and 7 minutes from Tampa by car and light traffic. Here are your directions.
13 hours and 7 minutes. That's just about right. So those are just.
You just hired a personal assistant. That's what you just did. I
could have also gone, okay, Google, and then done a. Notice I whispered it because I didn't want it to hear me, and then said, write an email to Jamie. Hey, Jamie, meet me after the show, or whatever, because so it has that voice recognition in it. Point being. If you want a powerhouse computer, you don't want to pay a powerhouse price. If you're tired of waiting on your computer, if you want to be able to see it better, Guy's holding it for you guys right now. It's that 17-inch screen. Guy's a big fella. I always feel like the world's tiniest man when I stand next to Guy. He's a big fella, and that computer still, you can see, even with Guy, it really is. The screen, it's our largest screen size we sell.
You know what I love about it, too, is that to give you an idea, to get to a reference, like I have an 11-inch computer at home, and it's a baby tablet. It's a cell phone compared to this. And it's funny, you don't miss it until you look at it like this. In fact, Danny is in the market. I'm going to get him his first computer very, very soon.
Cool.
This is an absolute no-brainer because I said to Aaron when we started the show, when you're talking about 8 gigs of RAM and a terabyte of hard drive, this is about as future-proof as you can get.
Absolutely.
And by the way, another good reason to buy it now, Aaron brought it up earlier, is the extended return. Because even if you think you're going to find a better deal on Black Friday or whatever, which you won't on this, now is the time to get it, but if you want to happen to return it for any reason, it doesn't matter, you have until the end of January to do so. So if you're buying it as a gift, because a lot of times, one person asks for a gift and 2 people get them the same gift. You can return it no matter what. It's what we call extended holiday returns. It's shopping made easy here at HSN, but you're not going to want to return this because, like I said, this thing is amazing. What you can do with it, where you can go with it, because unlike a lot of big computers, this one you could still travel with. It doesn't weigh very much.
No, and it's thin. Look how thin it is for the size of the computer.
Look at this thing. I mean, this thing, that is a thin. Here's the shot right there.
It really
is a very thin computer. When you open it up, I mean, look at this thing. Instantly, you've got a computer that you can take anywhere and everywhere you want to go. You're going to absolutely love this full-size keyboard. I love it's almost like it has that desktop feel to it.
It does. The individually tiled keys.
Yeah.
The keyboard is going to be the size of a desktop keyboard. And really, the screen. Probably many of us don't have a screen that's any larger than 17 inches or so on our desktop. In just about 90 seconds or so, I'll remind you, QuadCore. This is an Intel processor. If you're just flipping by and you see that price and you think, oh, there's no way it's an Intel. Yeah, it's an Intel processor. It's the largest hard drive we have, 1,000 gigabytes. That means you can store 250 hours of high-definition video. You can store 1/3 320,000 photos, 16,000 hours of music on this computer. High-definition webcam that I didn't even get a chance to show off. Very quickly, I'd love to show you the software. We're exclusively at HSN, $400 of additional software. Did you have a question?